Welcome everyone to the first installment of On the Couch with Ray. The goal of this blog is to discuss matters of the heart, everything and anything that has to do with sex, love, and relationships. What I plan to address is any questions you may have regarding your involvement with the opposite sex or same sex, their feelings, your feelings, how things work, how things don't work, misconceptions, misunderstandings, frustrations, and just remember that these are all my opinions, my perspective based on my experiences. But before we get into any of that, I want to give you a little brief background about myself. I was born in Brooklyn, New York, moved to New England when I was in my early teens, youngest of 13 children, 13, and 8 sisters, which kind of gives you an idea why I'm a little... 5 brothers. My mother was a very independent woman. Most of her life, she raised us by herself. So a lot of what I think, because first and foremost, being that I'm the youngest of 13 with 8 sisters and a very strong mother, I respect and support women completely. My views are not biased against them. They are strictly my experiences, and I hope to kind of discuss matters on both ends of the spectrum regarding relationships. My mother was a very protective woman. She kept me very close, didn't let me stray too far, didn't let me explore very much. My best friends were my family, my cousins, my nieces and nephews. I didn't really have any outside friends because I grew up very shy, painfully shy. I was socially awkward. I didn't really know how to converse with people. I definitely didn't approach girls my age. And those are traits that carried on through my adulthood. And even to this day, I still have some slight shyness issues. If you knew me, if you knew my friends, they would kind of tell you that it's a contradiction to what I'm just saying right now because they see me as very social. But honestly, I still have an issue going into a room full of strangers. Even approaching women is still an issue for me. So like I said, anything is up for discussion. There's nothing that is taboo for me, honestly. Although I grew up shy, sexuality is not something I was ever really shy about. So I think the first topic I want to discuss is the term player and how it's used, misused, and misunderstood. So my definition of a player, and let me just preface this by saying, yes, there are many players out there, but ladies, you really have to understand the mind of a player so you don't get confused, you don't get tricked, and you don't get hurt in the end. And fellas, this is kind of a wake up for you to stop using the heart as a weapon. So a player is someone who understands, and this can be a male or female player, so it's someone who understands how the heart works, the need for someone to feel affection, to feel love, to feel treasured, and unfortunately, most women go into relationships wanting all of that right off the bat. It's not an insult when I say that a lot of women are in love with the notion of being in love. So they go from relationship to relationship to relationship, falling for these false promises because of their need to be loved. Now, ladies, understand that, as I said, players know how to use the heart as a weapon. They will tell you everything you want to hear. They'll make sure that you feel that they're trying to build a relationship with you, especially if you're making it hard for them to get what they want, which is sex. They will string you along until they get what they want. Once they get what they want, I guarantee you, very shortly after, there will be a breakup. For one reason or another, there will be a breakup. So in order to protect yourself, you have to make sure that you go into every relationship with your eyes open. Now, players, you have to stop doing this. If you want sex, just be honest and say you want sex. Honesty is going to get you involved with the people that are of the same mindset as you. You don't want complications. You don't want hurt feelings. You don't want to break someone's heart. Then be honest. Be truthful. Let them know what the expectation is, what you're looking for, what you're not looking for. This will alleviate a lot of problems in the end. So why do I say that there is a misuse, misunderstanding, and abuse of the word player? Women, you fall for these guys, okay? Even someone who's honest with you and tells you up front what the expectation is, you have to be sure to believe them when they tell you the first time, okay? And don't label everyone as a player, because we're not all players. Here's a little bit of advice for even you guys that are upfront about your needs and expectations of your partner. If your intention is to strictly hit it and quit it, make sure you keep that mindset. Because the minute you start paying more attention, seeing this person more often, giving them the feeling that there is a chance to build a foundation for a relationship, you are confusing the situation. You're making it harder, and it's only understandable for a woman to start thinking, well, maybe he's changing. Maybe he has a different idea of what he wants. Let me stick around to see what happens. It's unfair for women, and I know I've been in this situation. It's unfair to the woman or to the partner that is seeking that type of relationship. If you're in it for sex, keep it at that and don't confuse the situation. Now, this is just a brief introduction of On the Couch with Ray. There's so much more I can discuss, so much more that I can share, but I'd like to hear from you. Let me know what you're thinking. Good, bad, or indifferent. Send me your questions, your comments. All of this is going to be helpful to continue this. And like I said, this could enlighten some of you. This could help some of you out. This could piss some of you off. But all of it, as long as it gets you thinking and talking, that's the goal of this blog. So until I see you next time, stay safe.